That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's another Thursday evening. Time for the Big Brother Canada 9 live eviction watch party. Welcome back, everybody. It is, again, the 5th live eviction of the season. Who will be going home tonight? Will it be Breydon? Will it be Austin? We're going to find out. One of the dolls will be going home tonight. Yeah, it's been an interesting week inside the Big Brother house with invisible HOHs. The paranoia's been crazy. Spicy has been playing her life in the game is just going nuts at this point. Whew, it's gonna be an exciting night. I don't think we're going to be in for a surprise. I'm fairly certain it's going to be Austin who leaves this week. It just kind of makes sense. If you're in the house at this point, you'd rather keep Breydon, who has been much more low-key than Austin, especially in competitions and the like. Guess we can kill the music for now. But we're a few minutes away from the episode still. Let's see. We're a little bit behind, it seems. They're in some commercials. Oh, as I say that, it's literally, here comes Arissa. Give you guys a little sync up point.
Evicted. We've got so much to get into. This is Big Brother Canada.
Previously on Big Brother Canada.
Showing the recap from the HOH competition, which I really liked. The HOH competition. I feel like they've really switched up the competitions a lot this season, to the point where there's physical comps, but they're not 100% physical, and like they don't rely completely on strength. But at the same time, the puzzle competitions, you also need to be somewhat physical as well, like running around. Like it's not just a straightforward puzzle either. So I'm really liking everything they've been doing this year so far with, like I said, the competitions and the like. Still in the recap here, just kind of going over everything. While we're doing that, let us jump in. Oh, what up, Three Sheets Marie? Welcome back once again. I'm going to jump over here to our little watch window. And as you can see, I've done a bit of an update on the alliance chart. So first off, oh, JD, welcome back once again. All the regulars coming on in. We have our status here of what's going on inside the house. You can see Austin and Breydon on the block there. Rohan, your veto winner, who I've got no clue why he didn't use the veto. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense to me, but we can get into that in a little bit. You have your invisible HOH there. Do you guys see what I did? Do you see what I did with Spicy on there? She's invisible. I was very proud of myself when I came up with that one. Also, I've changed the layout of the alliances, and I will be 100% honest with you. There are alliances that aren't on this chart. These are the ones that I think you need to know about, right? All the other ones that there are, right? Like technically, you can see here, I have Spicy surrounded by people. She's literally in a million alliances with everybody, and none of them are 100% real, right? So like, does it make sense to have Spicy V in 5 different alliances on the chart? Not really. So I'm hoping this makes some sense to you guys and can help follow along on who's aligned with who still as well. It is so crazy to see how set up Victoria is in this game. The only thing is, people kind of know that, right? People know she's a threat. Give you guys another sync up point.
Coming up, we also have some major news on a double eviction and the jury. But first, let's see what went down after a one-of-a-kind POV ceremony.
Double eviction coming up? And I think jury starts tonight, right? Like, I think whoever's evicted is the last one not in the jury. And then from now on, everybody will be in the jury. Because then it would be 7 in the jury. But I'm not 100% on that. JD chiming in here. Can this just be an April Fool's eviction? Right? Like this is, hey guys, Invisible HOH. Just kidding. Just kidding. April Fools. Did anybody see my tweet? Anybody see my tweet today? There was a feed leak way earlier in the day. Yeah, there was a feed leak. So I put all that information out there on Twitter. Yeah. Also, I might as well pop that link in the chat anyway for anyone who is new here. If you need help figuring out how to watch the episode along with us, all the information can be found on my Twitter. It's the pinned tweet at the top of my page. It's from Hamster Watch. They're OGs in the Big Brother community. They have all the information on how to watch the feeds, how to watch the episodes, everything you need to know to be able to keep up with Big Brother Canada this season. Spicy celebrating an Austin eviction here. A little early. We'll see how it goes. But I think it's going to be true. I'm also not 100% sure Spicy made the best play here. I feel like the better move would have been to put up Ty and Jed. I don't think Austin would have came after you, Spicy. I just don't think you had a lot to worry about. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe with the next Austin HOH, she would have put up Spicy. Maybe that's what she would have done. Yeah, here's Rohan talking about not using the POV, but he literally called them his 2 closest allies and he didn't save one of them. It would have angered people, but people already were against you, Rohan, right? Like, by not using the veto, you did not buy yourself any favor, right? Like, all you did was make sure one of your allies is going home instead of giving them a chance to maybe stay. My guy Victoria is not understanding who's the biggest target. Exactly, JD. She doesn't understand that Ty and Jed, as that duo, like, they are not only just the tightest duo left in the entire game, right? Like, Tina and Tara, they are very tight duo as well. But Ty and Jed, not only the tightest of all the duos that were left, they're the strongest, right? Like, you could argue that the dolls of Breydon and Austin, they are tighter than Ty and Jed, and maybe Beth could wiggle through there. But they're not the strongest threats, right? Like, to me, Spicy's HOH and Rohan's veto, I don't think they were necessarily the best plays, even game-wise or entertainment-wise. I think it would have been more entertaining to see Ty and Jed on the block this week. Breydon doing his best to do some campaigning here. Spicy, like, is now going off on Breydon. Like, see, she did a really good job of pretending to be upset that they were up. Now she's pretending that she's mad at them. Tina. Tina, do you need a hug? Yeah, I need a hug. Meanwhile, Breydon's just like, I don't want to see no hugs. Why does it feel like freaking BB22 again? You know what? I can see that a little bit, JD, right? With the 6-person alliance, the committee and stuff like that. But I think we may see some weird stuff happen this week. Because if you're Kiefer, you do not want to win HOH. If you're Kiefer and you want to, what are you going to do? Who are you going to put up that won't be mad at you? Right? There's almost no one you could put up besides Rohan that wouldn't be mad. Right? Same thing for Tina. If you're Tina, who do you put up? Right? Rohan and Breydon? Tera would be a really interesting HOH. Tera would probably put up Ty and Jed. Potentially. Got the true four sunsetters there of Kiefer, Ty, Jed, and Beth. Tina's in there, right? But like in there, they kind of know to keep her at a distance. But then at the same time, Kiefer and Tina are kind of tight as well. The dynamics in this house are a little crazy. That's the only thing with the comparison to BB22 is the committee 100% was the committee, right? Like there was not a lot of like infighting in there, and that credit goes to Cody. Cody was the one who really kept the committee together behind the scenes. He was the real tie that kept everyone from falling apart. There were even multiple times where Cody had to convince like Danny not to go after, Tyler, and it was nuts. Okay, now Austin and Spicy V are going to have a little conversation together. Let's see here. Marie chiming in. Ty playing Breyd. Oh, yeah. So that's been a thing. I don't know all the details on the Ty Breydon situation, but from what I'm gathering, there's a little bit of like flirtation going on there, right? Where possibly like a kiss on the neck I had heard about. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with Look, Ty, Jed, and Beth, they're doing their thing, right? Like, there's nothing. I don't have a problem with that. I would have a problem if it's 100% game, right? And it's like all for show, and not just like a little bit of like, I like Breydon. He's fun. He's nice to hang out with, But I'd compare it to, BBCAN9. Right, everybody kind of knows that situation, and while that benefited game, that wasn't 100% game. That was like, well, I also like him, right? He's a friend, so yeah, it's weird. It's a weird situation, but I just hope that again, it's not 100% game only, and there's more of a friendship there between them two. At this rate, I just want Breydon to win the game, right? Breydon just, he is going to be just cool, calm, collected. He's going to sit back, try and gather all the information he can, let everybody take each other out, win a competition when he needs to. It's taking us to our first commercial break here as well. But yeah, I could see Breydon getting far. Does he win though? That's the thing. He would need to win the competitions late to kind of prove his worth. Because here's the one big problem with the floating game, especially the kind that Breydon's playing right now, getting the votes at the end that you need, right? For example, Enzo. Now, Enzo in BB22, he was in all the alliances. He always knew what was going on. He had a really, really good social game. He even won like vetoes early in the season. But at the end of the day, he was never going to win, right? Like the only way he wins, maybe if he was up there against like David, right? David, maybe. I could see him winning against somebody like Christmas, right? Enzo could have won. But he didn't do enough, or at least the perception of him in the house wasn't enough for him to ever win that game. And that's what's hard about Big Brother, because you have to, one, be out there, be vocal, be aggressive in the game enough where people respect your game and know that you're playing, but also lay under the radar a bit and not be a target. And there's a fine line in there, right? There's a fine line between target and playing hard. It's hard to get there. It's really hard to get there. Let's see. Floaters, Tera, and Tina better start winning. Not thinking Tina is exactly right. Like, I love Tina. Tina, I think, is playing everybody really well. Of course, the Sunsetters, they've kind of pushed her away after the whole Latoya thing. They were like, look, at this point, you didn't go with us and keep Latoya instead of Kiefer. Which, in the long run, I don't know what would have been better for Tina if Latoya or Kiefer would have been a better pick. That's an interesting, like, hypothetical, right, to run through of LT stays that week. Kiefer doesn't win HOH. Kyle maybe doesn't go home. Who knows? Who knows? I gotta say, real quick, I love Canadian commercials so much more than the American commercial. It's just something about them. I don't know. It just seems better, more authentic. I don't know. I feel like the way, at least the way advertisers have decided to start, trying to get Americans to buy their things, it's gotten a little weird. But Canadian ones, I don't know. There's a charm. There's a little bit of a charm to them, kind of like old commercials back in the day. Or maybe it's just I've never seen these commercials and they hit different. Right? I don't know. I'm from the UK and I agree. Canadian see, hello there. You get it, right? There's something. I think that's maybe the best way to put it. Lighthearted, right? They're fun. They're I don't know. I think that's the Canadian people in general. But we're back from a commercial. I'll give you a little sync point.
It was totally undercover. She put her former allies, Austin and Breydon, on the block. We'll find out who is heading home in just a few minutes. But for right now, let's head back inside for another task from Big Brother.
Oh, a task?
For this one, things
I love a good
messy
task.
You
always gotta love a good task. What do you think about the black ball? I have not seen the black ball. Also, I just got a follower there as a alert. Let's see. I don't even know. Was that on Twitch? Was that on YouTube? I'm not even 100% sure. But thank you for the follow. I kind of missed it. I just saw the Green Ranger pop up on the screen. 3 sheets. I do not know about the black ball. I have not seen anything about that. Interesting. Tell me more. Hello there says, our pandemic ads scare people and guilt trip them, and Canadian ones just, yeah, right? Like, they feel like, hey, come on, everybody. Like, we're in this together. Come on, let's do this. American ones are all like doom and gloom too, and it's like, rrr. All right, so they're on a task here. Beth has a task of something with the have-nots. Oh, I think she's got to, like, just be obnoxious while she's making food. She's just, like, smushing meatballs on the floor. She literally, at one point, just poured tomato sauce. Hold on. Here, I'll show you some of this disaster. Hold on, let's see when they get a good shot here of just... She's cooking spaghetti. She's got sauce all over the table. She's smashing meatballs. This is insane. She's just like, yeah, make a mess. Oh, now they're having a food fight. Jed just splashed her with tomato sauce. Now Rose getting into it. Austin and Breydon are hiding in the storage room. Kiefer's just looking over like, Austin was wearing white. It's all over the camera. Oh my God. Austin's pissed. She's so mad. The kitchen. The kitchen is a disaster. Look at it. Oh my God. It's in the DR. Oh my gosh. The pasta doesn't even look cooked. The pasta does not look cooked. I love these tasks. These are the best tasks. Tera, I'm not wearing the right pants. Oh, man. Beth is literally covered in tomato sauce. Now they sent a note saying the have-nots have to clean up the whole kitchen. Kiefer just looks defeated. Oh, this is mean. This is so mean. Oh, man. Poor Austin. Austin's cleaning the DR chair. The mess happened in the kitchen. She literally had to wipe down the DR chair. Oh my gosh. It's everywhere. Wow. That was hilarious. Now they're revealing it's a task. Hey, now they're getting a feast at least out of it. That's good. Hey, no more have-nots for the rest of the week. That was, at least they gave that to Austin on her way out the door, I guess. Let's catch up on the chat here. Her and they found Jed and Ty found the black ball. And can we just have a ball pit twist? Right, I'm kind of with you there, JD. I'd like to have a nice twist come into the game with that ball pit. The only thing is, I don't at this point know when that's going to happen. It's pretty much just up to production on when they go, yeah, all right, well, here's the twist, right? We're heading into our next commercial. But so Marie, Ty, and Jed found a black ball in the ball pit. Interesting. I haven't heard about that one. I know the other day they were trying to like count the balls and see if they could get, you know, a number, but that just seems like a astronomical task. It's like, how do you count that many balls, right? And like keep track of where you counted. It literally, I just don't think that's possible without removing balls at the time, right? But a black ball. See, there's as far as I know, about 50 balls in there that have numbers on them, like bingo balls almost. There's a handful of balls that are bigger than the others. There's a purple ball. I guess there's a black ball now. I thought at one point the Expedia room was going to be connected, right? Because, again, I showed you guys that picture of, like, it was the room and it was dark, but that door was closed, and then just opened. Yeah, here you go. An extra room, guys. Go have fun. It's like, that's it? It's not part of a twist or anything? But what will end up coming... Here's the other thing with the ball pit. It's the have-not room, but nobody sleeps in the ball pit. Right? Like, isn't that kind of the point of a have-not room? Is that you sleep in there? Well, nobody sleeps in there. It's like, what's the point other than eventually having a twist? I don't know. I don't know. This is unlikely, but what if it was a basement room and the door was underneath? That would be really cool. That would be really cool. Hello there. That would be dope. And that was one of my theories, like, when the ball pit was first, like, shown, when we got, like, the house pictures, I was like, there's got to be something underneath the ball pit, right? Maybe it has to do with the arrows pointing, and maybe underneath one of the arrows there's a little hidden trap door. It's still possible, but what got me off that track was I saw it was a time-lapse video of the ball pit being filled, right? So, like, it literally was, it's pretty cool. I think it's on the Big Brother website or their Twitter, and it was just them, like, pouring the balls into the ball pit. And one of the really cool things about it, it showed you how deep it was. Like, I feel like it's a good 5 feet deep in the middle or something like that. Like, it's deep. And they were filling it in, and when they were filling it in, there were vents in the wall, but there was no door. Only thing is, the camera was pointed in one of the corners. There could have been a door right behind the camera, right? Like, that's production putting the camera there, so they're not going to show you the door. But that would be really cool if there was a hidden door underneath there. Ball pit's driving you insane, Marie. I just want somebody to actually sleep in there, right? I'm 5'11", I feel so... Right? Like, if you're not, like, somewhat tall, like, you'd be like, hey, guys, my head's just sticking out, and even some people, you'd probably be like, hey. From what I hear, though, like, the house guests, they kind of like it. It feels nice when you're in the balls. Like, it's comforting. Like, I think what it's kind of like is a weighted blanket or something, where it, like, just feels good on you. It's like, yeah, I feel like I'm being hugged or something like that. I feel like the vote will be 2 to the majority. I could see it being like 2 votes to keep Breydon or something like that, but I don't know. I think it's going to be unanimous. And we're getting Jed and Beth with a little makeout session in the rain here. It's like Spider-Man and Mary Jane kissing, but he's not upside down. Little meeting here from Tina, Tera, and Spicy V, who they're kind of known as the Pink Ladies. Spicy's like, I don't know who I'm voting for. Well, I do. Spicy. I liked in the last episode when she was like, this house, everyone in this house is a liar and a manipulator. It's like, look who's talking, Spicy. Oh, now Kiefer enters the OLG lounge. They're talking about, like, possibly Breydon being a number for the... At this point, it doesn't matter, right? At this point, it's all about... Either one of them would be a number for the other side, right? Like... It's all about who you would think would be more of a threat to you later down in the game. And I think that's Austin. She's shown that she's capable of winning HOHs and competitions more so than Breydon. As Breydon makes his little pitch to Tina and Tera. Let's see here. So apparently Beth thinks that she has Breydon in her pocket. I don't know why Beth would think that. Here's my take on Beth in the house right now. Other than her strong alliance with Ty and Jed, right, the isosceles going on there, I don't see her actually really trusted by anyone, right? Like, she was leaking information to the oddballs early on, which, by the way, you could see oddballs, no more. The oddballs are done. The oddballs were like a 1 week get out Latoya kind of a thing, and after that, it was done for. Once Kyle left, it was bye oddballs. I don't think anyone actually trusts Beth. Like, not one person in the house other than Ty and Jed truly trusts Beth. Like, Kiefer, I don't think trusts Beth. Tina definitely does not trust Beth. They were all talking about that week 1 when they were like, man, we should not have brought Beth into the Sunsetters. It should have been Tera. Austin's, speaking of Beth, trying to make a case to her, saying that they need each other. I don't even know necessarily that your life is in her hands, Austin. Because I don't think Beth has a lot of power in the game, right? The person who you need to talk to in order to stay this week would be probably Kiefer. Of all people, Kiefer might be the one that you would want to talk to and make sure you have his vote. Because Kiefer might be able to then convince other people, like a Tina and a Tera, like a Tina and a Tera, or a Ty and a Jed, to go along with him more than Beth. Because at the best, Beth's going to Ty and Jed, and she's like, so what do you guys think of keeping Austin? And they're like, nah. Right, or, you know, it's like, they're just not going to listen. Austin patting herself on the shoulder. If somehow you stay, yes, pat yourself on the shoulder, but I just don't think that's going to happen. That's not going against Ty and Jed. That's a thing. So if you were Ty and Jed and you're in the final 3 with Beth, who do you take? I personally, if I'm Ty or Jed and I'm in the final 3 with Beth, I think I'd take Beth. I think I would take Beth. Because that would be more of a chance of winning versus your ride or die, technically. But I think I would see them going more of the Derek Cody route of, yeah, no matter what, if we get to the end, I'm taking you, right? Like, that would be a final 3 that would be similar to Cody, Derek, and Veronica? Was it Veronica or Victoria? See, she's like literally as unimportant as her, Beth. That in like 4 years, we might not even remember Beth's name. So mean. That's mean. I take that back. I take that back. We'll remember you, Beth. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I think I would take Beth, right? So best move is get to the final 3 with those two, because their shot at winning will be better against you. But at the same time, like I said, I would see them going together. So maybe best move is turn on them sooner than later. Join up with, like, at this point, who would she even join up with? Because like I said, no one trusts her. No one. Like, even like Austin, who is making the pitch to Beth, like, hey, keep me. She doesn't trust Beth, like, at all. Not at all. The pantry thing changed Kiefer's game. It really did. That pantry thing really changed everything. And I don't even know if it necessarily was, like, that was the catalyst for it to change, but I don't think it actually changed until, like, maybe the next day or, like, 2 days when he had some time to really kind of think about it. Because immediately after, he was just like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm done in this game. Like, I don't even care anymore. I don't even want to talk it. He was like, Ro, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Like, we're cool. Like, maybe we'll hang out later, but right now, I'm not even engaging. And then he's turned to, like, actually playing hard. Like, he is really set up well to get far. And not just far, if he gets to the end, he wins. That's the only thing that I think would keep him out, right? Like, Tina and Tara would have to know if Kiefer's in the final 2, he wins, right? Like, they would have to know that. Let's see. Beth doesn't really have a game yet, right? She doesn't really have a game necessarily other than being with Ty and Jed. She tags along with Ty and Jed, who don't do much, right? Like, they're just kind of there right now. They do lead the vote as of now, though. People will listen to them. For the commercials, we have some very harsh ones on COVID as well, but they can't all be harsh. Yeah, I hear you there, Julie, right? Like, you do need a balance of, like, that slap on the wrist and, you know, wagging your finger, but also, like, hey, we're all in this, right? Like, wear your mask, get vaccinated if you can, if you're eligible. We are back here, and I think we're about to get to the vote. I'll give you guys a little sync up here.
About to end because it's time for the eviction vote.
Time for the vote. Love when they do that with the dramatic lights and everything, and it just all gets dark. Breydon, when Breydon's on the block face is great. Just like, well.
That being said, I still have so much fight to give, and I am not ready to go home. Austin, I cannot wait for us to take the world by storm once this is all said and done. And that.
Pretty standard speech. I'm not done yet, you know. Keep me if it's best for your game. Austin, I love you, blah, blah, blah.
Clear that I'm here to play this game boldly and fearlessly, so if you see that as an asset, keep me here. To the invisible HOH who took a dirty shot in the dark, but as it always does,
dirty shot in the dark.
What goes around always comes around.
I love that line. It was a dirty shot in the dark. All right, Kiefer is making his way to the diary room. Let's see where his vote goes. I'm assuming Austin.
Hi, what's up?
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Austin. Happy birthday, Cal!
That is a 1 for Austin. Here comes in Jed.
Your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Austin.
Thank
Austin
you.
as well. That's 2 for Austin. I honestly think it's going to end up being a sweep for Austin. Here comes Spicy. Let's see what they say.
Hey, Invisible HOH.
Drop the pin, Arissa.
You know you don't get a vote this week. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.
You know you don't get a vote this week. Great. I'm surprised they didn't... Wait, can it even end as a tie? I don't think it... Can it? No. Yeah. Tie, voting to evict Austin as well. That's 3-0 Austin. Here comes Beth. But I'll be honest with you, I think Beth's going to go with the rest of the house and just go for Austin as well.
Hi, Beth.
Hey, Arissa.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Austin.
Austin. That is it. 4 votes to evict Austin. She will be going home, be the 5th person evicted. Tara just gave Beth a little tap on the booty. It was like one of those baseball, like, whack. Austin. Yeah, it's 5 votes now for Austin. I think it's just going to be unanimous. Maybe Rohan or somebody gives her like a pity vote. We'll see. Tina coming in. Tina votes Austin. Yep, like I said, I don't think it was really a surprise coming into this episode. I think Austin was kind of the, obvious choice of the two. Rohan, he went with Austin as well. And that makes it unanimous. Unanimous vote to evict Austin. Sadly, she will be the 5th person evicted from the game. But does that mean next week is a double eviction? Interesting. Interesting. Austin giving her goodbyes. Oh, it's sad seeing Austin and Breydon say goodbye to each other. Austin's like, peep the jawline for the last time. Hey, she does have a very, very good jawline. Oh, Austin. Coming on out to meet Arissa. Yeah, it's still, like, I get it, but I don't get it. Because at the same time, the masks are more to protect other people. I don't understand why the house guest has to wear a mask and Arissa doesn't. If anything, it should be both or neither. I don't know. Really, if anything, it should be flipped, right? Like, Arissa should be wearing the mask and Austin shouldn't. I don't think she's the first jury member. I think she is the last person out of the jury. And I think Arissa is going to confirm that tonight. They're talking about Breydon now. That's a really good point, Austin. Maybe this will be that, like, wake-up call for him to be like, hey, I got to start playing, right? Like, this is, I don't have my bestie in there anymore where I can just sit down and spill tea with her. I have to actually get involved. And yeah, I could definitely see that. Hello there. That Rohan might be the next one to leave, especially depending on what happens in the double. I almost feel like Rohan, like the best case for Rohan to stay would be Breydon winning HOH this week. And then Rohan winning the HOH during the double. Or flipped, right? If Rohan won HOH this week and then Breydon winning it next week, or like in the middle of the double. But yeah, especially with the double, that could be big trouble for Rohan. Or if the cards fall the right way, we could see Ty or Jed. But only one of them. I don't think both of them go next week. But potentially a big target could go next week in the double. Yeah, so Arissa just told us when we come back from the break, we're going to get details about the jury, and we're going to get details on the double eviction. So I'm assuming what it is jury starts this week. From now on, everybody has made jury, and the double will be next week. That's what I'm thinking. But who knows? Maybe it's like the first person evicted next week isn't in the jury, and they're going to do that thing. Was it last season or the season before where they started the vote? Like one jury member was like Canada, and we all voted. Was that last season? I can't remember at this point, but that potentially could be it too. But it would kind of make sense for jury to start right now, because then that would be a 7-person jury. And then 2 nominees, because there's 9 house guests left. That would kind of make sense. But I don't know. We'll see. Also, while we're in this commercial break, I want to tell you guys about something really cool that's going to be happening right after the episode. Over on Twitch. Anybody who's not familiar with Twitch, Twitch is a live streaming platform. Where it's mainly video games and stuff like that, but for the most part, there's a lot of other stuff that go on there. Anybody who is a Big Brother Canada fan, you might know of Bruno from BBCAN9, who, hey, look, see, BBCAN9, you just mentioned it there, Rashad. Bruno from BBCAN9 and BBCAN5, he has a Twitch channel, which I will post in the chat right now. After this is over, after the episode, after I'm done streaming, over on his Twitch, twitch.tv/Capone Gaming, huge game of Among Us. If anybody doesn't know what Among Us is, it's a game where there's 10 people, 2 of which are imposters trying to kill everybody else, and every so often you vote somebody out. Kind of like Big Brother, where there's like, I think you're the imposter, let's vote for him. And you try and campaign to get people voted out. And try and figure out who the imposters are. Why this is going to be so cool? It's a Big Brother alumni game. So it is a stacked lineup, let me tell you. They've got Bruno, obviously. Johnny Mac from BB17, who, by the way, I was playing Among Us with last night. The 2 of them, it was a whole group. We had a bunch of great people in there all playing Among Us last night on his Twitch. It was amazing. But I'm going to try and pull this up for you guys so you can see the full lineup they got, because, oh my, it's amazing. I think if I do this here, that kind of did it, where you can see most of them. Hold on. Do it that way. It's kind of good. You can see it's a stacked lineup. They got Bruno, Alex, Johnny Mac. John Party's not playing, but they do have a replacement for him. Jessica from BB21, Josh, Julian, Kyle from this season, Cody, the winner of BB22, and Alec from BBCAN9. Just stacked lineup. It's going to be happening right after the episode, right after we're done streaming here as well. We're back to the episode, and there's crazy stuff going on which actually you guys can see. There we go. So I'm assuming this has to do with the HOH comp. It's a bunch of like calendar pictures and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's one of those things where they just kept waking them up in the middle of the night, showing them different pictures on the TV. Jed is February with all kinds of hearts and stuff around. Wait, they had Austin outside? That was weird. Austin was still in the house, but they had a picture of her meeting Arissa. That's like, that's so rude, big brother. Like, that's basically telling Austin, like, listen, we don't think you're staying. Breydon just goes, how dare they? Oh, that was like rude. That was straight up rude. Oh, man. But funny. Very funny. Heading into the competition now. Give you guys a little sync.
It is time to find a new head of household. And as part of last week's twist, the invisible HOH will be competing tonight. This competition is called...
This looks like it might be hard because it's not just straightforward like questions. Okay, it's just an A or B. Because at first on the podium, like it literally had dates on there, like a calendar. So I thought like you were actually going to have to answer like, yes, July 4th, February 14th, right? Whatever the date was. But they're just doing the standard A or B questioning. Is it A or is it B? Everybody answers A. Everybody's still in the game. Going in the second question here, asking again about which day was a slop bake-off on the count. And like, this is a weird one because it's not asking about actual house events. It's asking about what was on the calendar. So it's kind of like a memory comp of, but like not a house event memory comp. Yeah, Kelsey. Sadly, Austin was evicted by a, what was it? 7-0 vote. So, yeah. Yeah, there. See, Michael had you. Sad. Austin was evicted 7-0. Yeah. We are in the HOH competition now at the moment. V is out of it. We're going to a commercial break, but this isn't a to be continued. We're coming back from a commercial break, so we will find out who the HOH is tonight, I believe. Yeah, Austin was evicted. And it was one of those things where it's like, look, when it was Austin and Breydon left on the block, we kind of knew who it was going to be. And Michael, you hate who? Austin or V? Because V is the only one who is not left in the competition, which is a little weird. I would think if you were spicy, you might want to win this one again, because depending who wins, I could see them putting her up. But who knows? Victoria and Beth. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think either one of their HOHs this week would be that exciting. Because again, with Victoria, who would she put up? Because it's not invisible this time, right? So would she then take the shot at Ty and Jed? No, right? She would end up putting up like Bray and Rohan. I think the best case scenario for not only the most exciting week, but with the double, would be a Breydon HOH. I think. Let's see. Victoria isn't allowed. No. She was allowed to play. She was allowed to play for the HOH this week. Whoever was the invisible HOH, they got to play again. So, the fact that she was able to play and then didn't get to win, that's a shame. I don't know if she threw it or she just didn't know the question. But she is the first one out of the competition. And who else was out of it? Was it Beth? I think Beth. Victoria and Beth are both out already. Let's see. Ro told Austin last night she was going home. Yeah. It was kind of one of those things like we kind of knew. Rohan and Tina. Rohan, Tera, Breydon to win. Karma got Vic out. Here's the thing though with Victoria. It was fun. This was a fun week, and watching her play is fun because it's messy. It's all over the place. She's lying to it's everything you kind of hope for in Big Brother, right? So she might not necessarily be doing the moves we want to see her do, but she's playing, and bravo to that, right? Anytime someone's making moves, right? That's the worst thing. I don't want to see somebody just sitting on their hands, not laying back, not doing anything. Do something, right? Do something crazy. That's what I want to see, and that's what she does. Coming back here from the commercial, we'll see who wins HOH here. Again, these are weird questions where it doesn't really have to do with house events. It's all about what they saw last night. Also, I was wrong. Beth is still in it. Tera and Victoria are the two people out. Ooh, that was a big one. A lot of people just got eliminated. A lot of people. Beth, Jed, Breydon. Beth, Jed, Breydon. They are the only ones left. Come on, Bray. Jed goes B. Beth goes B. Bray goes A. Bray is out of it. Jed or Beth will be one of the HOH, one of the two. One more question here probably will get us there. Man, Beth wins and takes out Tyra and Jed. That'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. Tiebreaker. We're in the tiebreaker. It's BB22 all over again. Hey, that's what happens, man. When they form these alliances. At least the beginning was nuts. The pre-jury, this season pre-jury, crazy good. So they're trying to find the tiebreaker here. They're adding up. We'll see who ends up winning. God, they're dragging this out. Come on. Just give us a number. Jed's got 65. Beth's got 323. 63 from Jed. Beth. Beth is your HOH. Could you imagine she goes after Ty and Jed? I don't think it's going to happen. But could you imagine? Jury starts next week. Okay. So that is how it's set up. Everyone in the house, it has made jury. They have all made jury. They don't know it, but they have made jury. And next week will be the double eviction where 2 people are going to the jury house. Ooh. Ooh. That's crazy. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. All right, let's catch up on some chat here before we call it a night and talk about what you guys thought. What did you think of the episode? Obviously, we lost Austin. Beth is your new HOH. And we got a double coming up. Crazy stuff. Let's back up here on the chat because I saw a bunch of these coming in. Let's see. Protect Tina at all costs. Like that. Hello there. Let's see. What's the competition? So the competition cube was like a or B style thing, and they had like calendar pictures they had to look at. Beth ended up winning. Tina or Bray, hopefully. Sadly, it's Beth. Breydon, please. Everybody was pulling for Breydon. I really was hoping he would bring it out at the end. Julie says you're happy that Beth won. You know, I don't know what she's going to do. That's my only thing. I don't know what she's going to end up doing. Beth, oh no. Let's see what else. A lot of people were saying that they weren't for Beth, but hey, Beth's also got her fans in here too. Nicole, you think Tina and Tera will be Beth's nominations? That's an interesting one. I could see that actually. Right? Like where she wants to pull in Breydon and they want to give Rohan the illusion that they're not going after him and he's the potential replacement nominee. That's a good call actually. That's a really good call. Poor Tina. I want Tina to win an HOH too. That would be good for her. I'd like to see that. I doubt they do a jury battle back because of COVID. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a jury battle back either. And personally, I don't like jury battle backs. I like a pre-jury battle back where they isolate the people and then potentially bring somebody in. But I don't like a jury battle back. I feel like it just messes too much stuff up. People, pretty much spill all the information in jury, and then whoever goes back has all the information. Plus, I'm not a huge fan of somebody getting 2 lives in the game anyway. You end up with stuff like Survivor Exile Island, where the dude was voted out like second and he wins. So I'm not a huge fan of the battle backs. I used to love them. I honestly used to love them, but I've changed a little bit on them. Let's see. I think Tera for sure. Maybe not Tina. You're right. Definitely Tera could be a potential nominee. Maybe up against Ro. Julie says Vic or Ro. That is potential as well. Because Beth's kind of aligned with Tina too, or Victoria too, with the Pink Ladies. But again, I didn't put it on there because nobody really trusts Beth. A backdoor of Vic, that there's potential there too. Let's see. Or Beth puts up Bray and Rose, sets the backdoor for Tyra Jed. That's another good call too. Man, you guys have a lot of good little scenarios that could work out here. A lot of good scenarios. Beth was talking with Jed about faking an alliance with Ro, right? So maybe they keep him off with the potential to put him up as a replacement if somebody wins veto. There's a lot of ways this could go, and I don't know which one I would rather see. I want to see Rohan stay. I don't want Rohan to go this week. I think if we lose Rohan this week or during the double, that is devastating for the rest of the game. Even though, like Rashad just say, Rohan is most likely the target. I don't want that. I don't want that. I feel like Rohan right now is crucial for our entertainment. right? Like he's crucial for our entertainment, and I think he needs to stick around for a little bit longer. I just hope Ro and Bray don't go all for the underdogs, right? Like Rohan and Bray, they need to kind of stick together. They need to group up. Rohan and Bray need to group up. And ideally, if we could get a weird alliance going with like Tina, Tera, Kiefer, Rohan, and Breydon, that would almost be ideal at this point. If those five could figure out a way to actually come together, maybe he'll be Adele. That is a really good comparison, Nicole, of where Rohan could maybe go. He could be this season's Adele and kind of sneak through. Hopefully he can win some more competitions, though. I think, though, that is where I'm going to call it for the night. But, guys, if you are interested in watching something after this, head on over. I'm putting this Twitch link in the chat. That is the link for Capone Gaming, who you would probably know by another name, Bruno, from BBCAN9 and BBCAN9. He's streaming over on Twitch. It's probably going to be starting either right now or in a few minutes. And what it is, it's a giant game of Among Us. If you don't know what Among Us is, it's like a deception voting game where two people are imposters trying to kill everybody else, and eventually you vote people off. But the lineup, the lobby he has set up is stacked. We've got Alec from BBCAN1. Bruno himself is playing. Alex O from BB19. We've also got Johnny Mac from BB17. Cody, yes, the winner of BB22 is playing. Who else is in there? Julie Vu, Josh, Kyle Moore, who were just voted out from this season, right? 3 of the evicted house guests. They're playing tonight. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be fantastic. If you're looking for something to watch, head on over there. I'll put the link in the chat once again. For anyone new here, thank you for coming out and watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to never miss a stream, never miss a video. I actually was going to do an alliance chart update yesterday, but my computer like reset and I had like an update. All my audio got messed up on OBS. Like I went to record a video, you couldn't hear me, you couldn't hear like anything. It was terrible. I had to redo all that before the stream today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the stream. And as always, remember to expect the unexpected. And I will see you next time.
If you wanna save me, if you wanna save me, if you wanna save me, yeah.